It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. There's a reason rappers can turn any story into a hit track. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 1,000 attorneys and more than 100 offices nationwide. If you've been seriously injured in an accident, your case could be worth millions. But the truth is, a lot of people either don't file at all or get taken advantage of by insurance companies. When you hire Morgan & Morgan, it's like hiring a legal army that has your back. If you're injured because of someone else's negligence, you deserve to be paid. No shortcuts, no lowball offers. In fact, they've secured some major verdicts in the past. For example, in Florida, they got a victim who was in a life-altering car crash, $12 million. 34 times the highest insurance offer. They got another victim in Philadelphia, $26 million. 40 times the highest insurance offer. Not all law firms are created equal. Morgan & Morgan is the biggest for a reason. They will fight for the biggest award possible and have won a lot. So if you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless you win. That's right, no upfront costs. They only get paid if you get paid. You can start your claim now by clicking the link in the description or by scanning the QR code on screen from your phone's camera. Again, if you find yourself injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Don't say I never told you nothing, man. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there. As y'all know, we covered the whole Cameron suing J. Cole thing a few weeks ago. A couple months ago at this point almost. But now it looks like Cameron is going to be hitting a little bit of a roadblock in his pursuit to get paid from J. Cole. For those that don't remember what this situation and ordeal is all about, if you go back to the off-season album with J. Cole, of course, you got an intro from Cameron, right? He reached out to Cam. He did it. It was all good. Didn't charge him nothing for it. It was off the love, okay? So then when we get to Might Delete Later by J. Cole, which is, of course, the album that was released right in the middle of everything jumping off between Drake and Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole was teasing this project for a couple of months leading up to it, but unfortunately it was about to get overshadowed by one of the biggest rap beefs of all time. He even played a minor role in it by releasing a diss song on it. Okay, 7-minute drill. But on this Might Delete Later, he got another Cameron feature. It's sampled I'm Ready from the Diplomatic Immunity album. And he actually got a verse from Cameron on this. All right. Now, going into the proceedings of them getting this verse from Cam, he said, yo, I'll do this one, but I'm working on a project. I need you to hook me up with a verse in return, right? It's called a swap in the music industry. I give you a verse. When I'm working on my album, you come appear on mine. It goes back years. It's what we do. Okay. After a while, Cam is trying to hit Cole for to deliver upon that promise. Can't really get in touch with Cole, right? And when he does get in touch with Cole, he keeps getting the runaround. Yeah, I got you, bro. I'm gonna take care of you. Hey man, just give me a little bit more time. Give me more time. Give me more time. So, unfortunately, after enough time passes, Cam is basically, and he's come out and said on multiple interviews that he's not super interested in releasing music anymore. He doesn't feel like it's financially beneficial. He's going to sell the same amount of records he did on his last album. He's not at the stage in his career where he's going to grow or do anything abnormal from what he did prior. So he's like, I'll drop music when I feel like it, but I don't see the point in dropping an album and doing a whole campaign and doing stuff like that. So eventually he says, yo, man, you ain't got to do the verse for me, but I need you to come on my podcast. It is what it is. I'm launching a podcast. I'm getting it off the ground. I'm putting the groundwork in. I'm putting the money up for it. I just need you to come do an interview. Once again, hard to get in contact with Cole. When he does get in touch with Cole, It's not the right time. I need to get, hey man, give me some more time. Cole giving him the runaround. Okay? So eventually, Cam says, all right, man, enough time has lapsed. You didn't give me the motherfucking verse when that was the original agreement. I came in and changed the agreement to make it more beneficial and easier to make good upon. You still ain't came on my motherfucking podcast. Something gotta give. You know what I mean? I ain't giving niggas free verses and appearances, dog. So there's that. Now, as Cameron is pursuing this legally, we read through the lawsuit. I don't know how much money Cameron stands to gain out of this situation. He wants to audit J. Cole's Might Delete Later album to see what type of revenues were brought in from the album, from the song he appeared on, and, you know, have a jury come up with a just amount. But nonetheless, whatever he ends up getting out of this may not actually go directly to him. Cameron has an outstanding balance with a photographer by the name of, what is it? Jamila. Give me a second here, y'all. I want to say her name correctly. Jamila Cochran. Okay. Now, in the state of New Jersey, Cameron lost a lawsuit in February of 2024 to Miss Jamila Cochran. And the reason he lost it was because the iconic pink photo with the mink on, the hat, and the cell phone, she's the photographer that took that photo, okay? This one here. All attribution goes to Miss Jamila Cochran. Jamila Rosa Cochran, all right? All attribution and credit goes to her for this photo. Well, Cameron decided to release merch that included that photo on it a couple years ago. And he was monetizing off of the merch and all of this different type of stuff. But he actually is not the owner of that photo. She is the owner of the photo because she took the photo on her camera, and Cameron never came and, you know, basically presented her with a contract that would transfer ownership or licensing or anything like that, which is crazy to think that you would have to license or buy back a photo using your image and likeness. But unfortunately, in the copyright world, that's how it works. Okay. That's the same thing that's going on with Diddy right now with the Netflix thing. Is Diddy shot some private videos before he was sentenced. He's doing all this, going around New York, getting his PR shit together and trying to figure out who he could contact to speak gleamingly on his behalf. He's filming some type of project, and apparently the project gets shelved. So the videographer is left with this footage of Diddy. He's the rightful owner of it. And he ended up, somehow, it gets to Netflix, 50 Cent and all of them, and it's out. And Diddy and his legal team are like, yo, we didn't sign off on this footage. Diddy owns that footage. Netflix is saying, no, he don't. Okay? And niggas is mad. Same thing with this Cameron situation, right? He went out and monetized on this merch with his image and likeness on it. Miss Jamila says, you ain't own that, homie. I don't care if that is you. That's my shit. And so it was ordered in February of 2024 that Cameron would have to pay her $50K. Okay? This is the order from the judge. This matter having been opened to the court by plaintiff Jamila Cochran for entry of default judgment against defendants Dipset Couture LLC, Dipset Cameron E. Giles, and Triangulo Swag LLC, collectively pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 55B, the court having considered plaintiff's written submissions in connection with the motion pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 78, and for good cause shown, it is on this 15th day of February 2024. Damn, you got served right after Valentine, my nigga. You know, in the pink. Order and a judge that default judgment be and hereby entered in favor of plaintiff as to each count in plaintiff's complaint. Ordered that defendants are permanently enjoined from continuing to infringe on plaintiff's copyrighted work. Ordered that defendants shall pay to plaintiff $51,221.50, comprising of $40,530 in statutory damages and $10,691.50 in attorney's fees and costs. Okay, so William Martini is the judge who signed off on that, and Cameron has yet to pay. So because Cameron has not paid Miss Jamila for her copyright infringement case that she opened up on him, he's $50,000 in the hole, and whatever money he thinks he's going to obtain from J. Cole, it's very possible that the first $50,000, or if he's ordered $50,000, that whole sum will be consumed by Miss Jamila through collections. Okay? So it's very interesting how this thing played out, man. Looks like nobody is going to win other than Miss Jamila, because Cole thought he was getting the verse for free. He may end up having to pay up. Cam waited, did the verse, did it off the love, looked out, showed up on 2 straight albums. Say, yo, come get on my shit, or come on my podcast. I think that was a very fair deal. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, they didn't write out a contract or put it on paper, or doesn't seem like they have much email correspondence or anything, but we'll see if he submits anything contrary through discovery. But from what we know, or at least what's been presented, I don't see any contract binding J. Cole to that. But I think that was a very reasonable ask from Cameron. He waited. He went through the only recourse that he saw that was viable. Cameron's not going to run up on J. Cole and catch him while he's on his bike and knock him out and rob him for whatever jewelry he may be wearing that day, a little watch or something, just to get retribution. Like, this ain't the 90s. Cameron's not 22, 23 years old. He's not going to do no stupid shit like that. So what other way is he supposed to make good on this situation? I saw some people that were criticizing Cam for filing legal. I'm like, that's dumb. What y'all on? Where y'all from? Where y'all trying to go in life? You know what I'm saying? So he went the most feasible route. And even if he does win, it's possible he still may lose, because once that money gets ordered from one, it may be redirected to another. Now, ain't that about a bitch or two? And I ain't saying that about the photographer. Please believe me, please. All right. But yeah, man, it's crazy. A lot of crazy stuff is going on as we wind down 2025. Like I said in another video, it feels like this year has been like 3 years in one. Like each quarter was like a fucking year, damn near. Shit long as hell. But I'm glad that we're wrapping it up. I'm glad that we only have, about 28 more days, 28 days later. We'll see what the fuck happens. But and we'll see if Cameron can find a way to wiggle out of this, to where if he does come out victorious in the J. Cole situation, he can at least pocket what he's owed. But I feel like he's in for a long fight. All right. I'm not going to make this video long-winded, but I did want to cover this situation because it is interesting as fuck. And I will definitely be tuned in on it personally. All right. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. All right. Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.
Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day, I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I could do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The